What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple Newtype, and in this episode, we are beginning our coverage of Mobile Suit Gundam UC MSV Kusabi, which translates to Wedge. This is written and illustrated by Yuichi Motohashi. It is a single-volume manga that is a series of short vignettes around the events of Gundam Unicorn. Full Frontal has already stolen Sinanju Stein, and it seems like a new war is upon them once again. Let's not waste any time, and let's get into this. A Salamis is running live tests against a tiny Neo-Zeon remnant faction. The captain hopes that their company doesn't have anyone with loose lips. He is talking to someone working with Anaheim Electronics. The ship makes enemy contact. They send out Hans and the Silver Bullet. Check out our Unicorn coverage for the breakdown of Silver Bullet. But this is the funnel test type. The ARX 014P Silver Bullet funnel test type is a variant of Silver Phantom created by Anaheim Electronics. This was a unit used to test the Quasi-Psychomu system from a captured Dovan Wolf. It was the Federation's unit of choice for testing funnel tech. This is just like Silver Bullet with the exception of the backpack, which now stores funnels. The NCOM is removed for the Quasi-Psychomu. Weapons include 60mm Vulcans, the Jegan D-type beam rifle, a beam saber, wire-guided sub-hands, one giant wired funnel, a pair of beam cannons, anti-ship rifles, and a shield. He attacks Gaza Seas. Hans uses the wire-guided sub-hands to rocket punch and grab the Gaza Sea. You can't have wireless projectile hands without doing a rocket punch. While distracted, the Silver Bullet takes down the Neo-Zeon remnant mobile suit. The captain says this is way better than training with dummy balloons. Fighting Zeon saves us so much money in training. The AE engineers say that there isn't a price to human life, but then says, but I do love that sweet, sweet battle data. So there is a price. The engineer thinks Neo-Zeon is stubborn, even in a post-Haman world. The captain says, someone's just mad that they lost a part of their revenue stream. I like these two's dynamic. I hope the story is about them. It isn't, is it? Hans takes out their interclass ship using their funnel. The engineers mention that the funnel is wired for testing, but they fully intend to launch this with wireless funnels. The captain says, so many lives lost. What a successful test. Zeon continues to maintain relevancy. For now. An EWAC Jegan is scouting Site 6 searching for Zeon's hidden base, Palau. Remember, the people running the asteroid were Zeon sympathizers who let the sleeves hide out there. The weapons are subpar, so if caught, the EWAC Jegan is designed to run. He isn't ordered to engage. He spots a Dovan Wolf and a Dryson. The pilot tries to calm his nerves as he white-knuckles his joystick while spying on the Zeon mobile suits, and Isaac sneaks up on the Jegan. The Isaac grabs him. They send in a squad of Gyaradogas. The recon pilot finally finishes their data gathering and bails, but he is stopped by a draw C. He bobs and weaves through the debris and whips out his beam saber. The Jegan moves and is able to get an attack on the draw C. But in the distance, a Dovan Wolf takes aim at the Jegan. He fires but hits debris. The Dryson tells him to let the Jegan go. Her name is Tellus, and his name is Zamu. Opashi is the name of the Draw C pilot. They get him to safety. As the Jegan pilot flees, he says that gathering intel on the sleeves is how he contributes to the war, and he is proud of it. The EWAC Jegan takes off. We shift focus to the Nahil Argama and the Delta Plus. Riddy is with the Anaheim Electronics engineer, Aaron. Riddy sees a message and says, "Oh no, we've been caught." Riddy spazzes out and thinks they've been compromised. But Aaron says, relax, it's just probably an Easter egg left by the engineers. Stupid Riddy is always at a 10. And that's before a woman rewrote his brain chemistry. They're just being cheeky, and the engineers always try to one-up the pilots. Jonah Gibney, who is also in Unicorn, says it's all good fun. Riddy says, I know, I'm having a cheeky good time, ha 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 ha. No chill whatsoever. Riddy trains in the simulator. He tried to test its speeds. He is then attacked from behind. It is a golden Delta unit. It's the original Delta Gundam. We broke down this unit during our Gundam Testament coverage. Aaron is still messing with Riddy. Yes, always give him a hard time. Gibney says that he looked into the Delta files and some of the data was deleted, so he was able to recreate it. We learn here that Aaron is directly responsible for bringing the Delta program back to life. He says that he restored the files, specifically data from in the left arm. I don't get the significance of the arm, unless it's suggesting that the Delta line originally could handle the beam magnum, and I was right all along, but that seems like a stretch. Technically, everything can fire the beam magnum at least once. Aaron shows Gibney test data between the Gyaradoga and the Delta Chi. I will break down the Delta Chi whenever we cover Across the Sky. Because of Aaron, a Grip Swore era mobile suit can keep up with modern mobile suits. The technician is more concerned about Riddy than the mobile suit itself, though Gibney has faith in him. Aaron talks about the biosensor in Delta Plus, and he shows him readouts that may suggest that Riddy may be a Newtype. Luckily, its AI will serve as his greatest instructor. The biosensor fills in the gaps, and this biosensor was originally developed for Quattro. Remember, the Delta Gundam was supposed to be made for Quattro to use during the Grips conflict, but the transformation mechanism wasn't up to par and they removed it. Quattro ended up piloting the Hyakushiki instead, or if you follow Zeta Defined canon, the Zeroshiki, then the Hyakushiki. Riddy is in the simulator once again. He is fighting against Sinanju Stein. This next story follows 3 badass ladies and their Roselle Defensor units. We saw these in Unicorn, but we never broke them down. The RGZ-95C Roselle Type C Defensor A unit is a variant of the Commander Roselle designed for short to mid-range hit-and-run missile assaults. The Defensor A backpack has additional tailbinders, which help with mobility in mobile suit mode, and speed in Wave Rider mode. Weapons include 16mm Vulcans, a beam rifle, a grenade launcher, a beam saber, a hyper beam saber, micro missiles, and a shield. The RGZ-95 Roselle Defensor B unit is also a variant of the Commander Roselle designed for long-range concentrated attacks. This also has the additional tail booster. Weapons include 16mm Vulcans, a beam saber, a grenade launcher, a mega particle cannon from the Anksha, a mega beam launcher, and a shield. The girls go by the name the 3 Arrows and are transporting a man named Frank Mack. He can't handle the G-forces and throws up a little bit. Arrow 1 takes off her helmet and puts on her glasses. Frank says, "Hey man, that isn't Proto." "Yeah, but it's sexy, Frank, shut up." They head into an abandoned colony to find Zeon remnants. The team efficiently takes down the mobile suits, while Arrow 3 takes down their mothership. Frank is amazed by their ruthless efficiency. Arrow 1 grabs one remaining mobile suit, which looks like a Barzam, I think. She chokes it and unleashes her Vulcans, tearing it apart. The 3 Arrows take off. Frank mentions that the General Revel is looking for pilots, and they would make excellent candidates, which makes me think that they are the GR pilots at the end of Unicorn. But then he says that pilots like them with natural talent get overlooked for people who just look good on paper. So knowing the Federation, they probably passed on genuine talent. Maybe this is answered in Band Dessinée. We need to return to that. Our final story follows the Sinanju Stein and its test pilot, Warclock Bonham. These names, man. This has been recently stolen by the Sleeves, and Bonham is testing its Psychomu system. Lieutenant Minoko delivers the Sinanju Stein its rifle. He bickers with Gothi, the engineer running the test. During every test, Minoko is kind of annoying everyone. Remember, the Sinanju has the Intention Automatic System, which makes the Psychomu super sensitive. Bonham probably thought he needs to shut up, so the Psychomu instantly reacts to this and shoots Minoko, who was in a Gear Zulu. Warclock Bonham ends up being imprisoned on Palau. He is questioned by Gothi and informs Full Frontal of the situation. He says that he knows that she knew this would happen. Ultimately, the Intention Automatic System test was a success. She says that like the real Char, this test was an elaborate way to not show his hand. Let a test pilot do it. So mysterious, says Full Frontal. And that will conclude Mobile Suit Gundam MSV Kusabi. I never heard of Motohashi, but his artwork has a roughness to it that I particularly like. These are nice little stories wedged in between the events of Unicorn. Oh, is that why this manga is called Wedge? Gibney comes off as more of a mentor character to Riddy in the manga. That probably would have been better served in the main Unicorn story. Riddy is so unlikable, and his relationship with Gibney actually makes him a little bit more likable. But just a little bit. It's also safe to say that I'm in love with the 3 Arrows, and I will die for them. But also, there are a surprising amount of stories set around Unicorn. One manga in particular is called Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn, The Truth of EFF, which is probably where we will head next. This story follows Robin Diaz, which is the Giga Chad Bjarlant custom pilot apparently. What's his story? Hopefully this manga tells us. But that will do it for now, Newtypes. Remember, the Roselle has a cockpit that would put Jehuti to shame if you catch my drift. Peace.